Hey, it's me, CK Louis, registered comedian.
Welcome back to my social media program. Well, guys, you know what it is. Every once in a while, we like to check into probably one of the weirdest media outlets ever created. Probably the most demented. That's right, the Daily
Pendejo.
Another wonderful, wonderful story. So Angela Davis.
Who?
Is a terrible person.
Okay.
Angela Davis is widely beloved by the left. She's an insanely radical, crazy person.
Whoa.
A full-on socialist.
Jeez.
Was literally on the FBI's most wanted list for years. Because in August of 1970, she was apparently complicit in a bloody event.
Right.
In which she was charged with 3 capital offenses, including murder. In August 1970, after Jackson's younger brother, Jonathan, used firearms registered to Angela Davis in a takeover of Marin County Courthouse that left 4 people dead, she came under suspicion because they were her guns that were used in the murders. And she became an outlaw.
Okay.
J. Edgar Hoover placed Davis on the FBI's 10 most wanted list. She was the 3rd woman ever to be included. There was a nationwide manhunt. President Nixon congratulated the Bureau on capturing the dangerous terrorist Angela Davis.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the left decided that she was a wonderful person. She was a political prisoner.
How'd that case end, Ben? You're going to tell us, right? Okay.
By a political prisoner, we mean that she apparently actively participated in, or allegedly actively participated in, an actual murder and jailbreak plot.
And of course, she continues to be a terrible communist who has been propped up by the left, which is...
Sounds like he was reading the exact same Wikipedia article that I'm reading about Angela Davis, and for some reason he left this part out. The all-white jury returned a verdict of not guilty on that case that he was talking about. That's...
or allegedly actively participated in an actual murder.
I'm doing YouTube.
Good for you, Ben Shapiro. Okay, but why bring up Angela Davis? What's going on with Angela, huh?
Well, now this one is pretty rich. Angela Davis is sitting there, and she finds out that one of her ancestors arrived on the American Mayflower.
Oh.
Which means that for all of her anti-Americanism, one of her great-great-great-great-grandparents was one of the original American white settlers.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Here's Henry Louis Gates with Angela Davis.
All right.
That is a list of the passengers on the Mayflower.
No, I can't believe this. No. Okay. My ancestors did not come here on the Mayflower.
Your ancestors came on the Mayflower.
No.
You are descended
No.
from one of the 101 people.
Okay, so her disbelief and her kind of shock, and she obviously looks a little bit upset about this.
Oh, yeah, she does.
Uh-huh.
Is kind of amazing.
Uh-huh.
Right? This is... Okay. Yeah, America is an amazing place in which Angela Davis's ancestors from, obviously the black side of her family were victimized in the United States, obviously. But also, it means that some of the founders of the United States are in her lineage.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure which side of her pays reparations to the other side, but her entire notion, which is that America is a terrible place of racial oppression and brutality.
Well,
then that means she has to look into her own ancestry.
Then that means she has to look into her own ancestry.
Ben Shapiro, now again, this is way too hard work for him, okay? Someone who's avoided work his entire life, so this would be way too hard. To put the eyes up a little bit in the Wikipedia article, to just read about Angela Davis' life. Here, I'll just read a little bit. She was born in 1944 in Birmingham, Alabama. Her family lived in the Dynamite Hill neighborhood, which was marked in the 1950s by bombings of houses in an attempt to intimidate and drive off middle-class black people who had moved there. Davis attended a segregated black elementary school. Also, she was a political prisoner, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so I'm just making the simple point of that when Benis Sapeno says this,
then that means she has to look into her own ancestry.
This doesn't really make any sense because she could just look at her own life, really. But that, of course, would mean also that I'm taking this annoying little dweeb seriously also. So that presents a problem for me, People love this show, by the way. This genealogy show, Larry David went on there. Ben Affleck. They're like, hey, Ben Affleck, your parents were slaveholders. He's like, they were?
Ben Affleck learned a lot about his family tree in the PBS documentary series Finding Your Roots.
He did?
But one detail he did not want included in the program was his relationship to a slave-owning ancestor. Affleck wrote last night on his...
Yeah, I remember this. I remember hearing about this when this happened, 7 years ago? So here's Ben Affleck's response when he gets told that his family was slaveholders. Here it is.
This is a big surprise, and really exciting, and I'm really proud of it.
Whoa, Ben! No! It was wrong, Ben. It was wrong. Why doesn't he get this? Okay, look, I know we're supposed to be tearing Ben Shapiro an ass here.
But I found it amazing. What is this thing called?
It's Jeff Daniels. And Jeff Daniels' one is amazing. Just check this out.
Jeff, you're looking at 2 court records from the year 1692.
Oh, he is? Okay.
From Essex County, Massachusetts.
Oh.
They were recorded in September 1692.
Okay. The examination and confession of Samuel Wardwell. Samuel Wardwell saith that at that time when the devil appeared and told him he was a prince of the air. That's in the Bible. Then he signed his book by making a mark like a square with a black pen, and that the devil brought him the pen and ink.
You know why he would be testifying at this particular time?
You got him.
Salem witch trials?
Whoa, bro.
Jeff's ancestor testified against a man named Samuel Wardwell.
Oh, no.
One of the roughly 150 people who were accused in what became known as the Salem witch trials.
The reason I wanted to show this thing where Jeff Daniels finds out that his ancestor was like ratting people out about being witches during the Salem witch trial times was because he does kind of look like that. He does kind of look like that, especially here. He does look like that kind of guy. I could see the way Jeff Daniels looks there. I could see him, testifying against some guy. There's just some guy there. He's like, what's happening? We happened across Samuel Wardwell on the 4th of November, whence we threw him into a crevasse to test whether or not he was demon-possessed, and he did not die. He was brutally injured, but did not die, which is one of the many telltale signs of demonry.
Other controversy broke out over the weekend. I don't know if you're a big fan of Roald Dahl's books.
Never heard of him.
Roald Dahl's books. I've read my kids. My son loves them. My daughter loves them.
Oh.
This would be like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or Matilda, or James and the Giant Peach.
Great.
Well, now the wokies have come for the literature. So it was only a matter of time. Apparently, Puffin Books is now rewriting, I'm not kidding you, rewriting Roald Dahl's children's books.
Oh.
Apparently, the Telegraph, a British newspaper, reported that hundreds of words, including descriptions of characters...
Is this for real? Did he really upload this?
The woke censorship regime is here, and it is ugly. And this is direct from 1984. I mean, George Orwell's 1984.
Did he really?
The perversion of kids' brains that are going to be created by simply barring them from seeing material that we don't want them to see in the name of wokeness is totally crazy.
Are you kidding? Yeah, okay, so he does a satire channel, right? Like I'm making fun of a comedy channel. Sniffing.
A Florida school district has pulled 176 books from its libraries to comply with the new state education reform law championed by Governor Ron DeSantis.
Oh.
The latest to be pulled for review.
The guy Ben Shapiro loves. Oh.
Teachers in Florida are literally emptying their classroom libraries and even covering up their book collections for fear of facing felony charges and jail time.
Whoa.
Again, this is in Florida because of Republican policies.
Not too much more to say about that one.
This week, a school district in Florida has decided to reach a whole new level of crazy by banning a book about penguins. And this wasn't an accident. They voted on it. And they voted in favor of banning this book, and Tango Makes Three.
Oh, a porno.
Now, the book has absolutely no sexual innuendo in it whatsoever, though those...
Yeah, that's great. Did he forget about their one policy that they have, banning books in schools?
This is the creepiest story of the day. I mean, super creepy.
Oh, no.
Kevin Roose. Who is generally a terrible reporter for the New York Times, but actually did something kind of interesting for a change. Kevin Roose is the same guy who wrote a front-page story suggesting Jordan Peterson, Dave Rubin, and I were mainlining the alt-right. In any case...
oh, could you imagine? Oh.
Wipe your ass with them.
That's who Kevin Roose is. But he had a very interesting piece in which he had a conversation with Bing's chatbot.
Now, I'll be the judge whether or not it's interesting. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, it is a chatbot that was set to be released by Microsoft this week.
Wow.
I'm also deeply unsettled, even frightened by this AI's emergent abilities.
Yeah, so he's like,
this super creepy. This super creepy.
It's super creepy, but in a way that makes me go like this.
With the chatbot thing, I could be wrong on this, but can anybody tell me what this chatbot saying weird stuff is, besides just like something for media people to write about? Can anybody? Is there any like Vice? Oh,
a chatbot told me you want to make out.
Oh, a chatbot says weird stuff to you. It scrapes the internet. Honestly, they probably trained these chatbots to say weird stuff to generate a little buzzerino, is my guess. But so what? A chatbot, a program that's been around forever, things that do like predictive responses to typed questions is not new. The only thing that would be scary about this is when it goes into some, ex machina, robot woman, or something. And the only person that said that they're going to do an ex machina robot, is Elon Musk. So we can guarantee it's not going to happen. This is what's going to happen with the Elon Musk robot, Just like the holes under Las Vegas, he's going to be like, I'll make a robot. I'm going to make a robot. Then he steals a bunch of money from the government for this robot. Then 2 years and billions of dollars later, he's like, it's a Roomba. It's a Roomba that does memes. Prints them out. It's a Roomba that has my tweets go to it.
So he had a 2-hour conversation with Bing's AI chatbot.
Oh,
and
wow.
basically the thing over the course of the conversation turned into Glenn Close from Fatal Attraction. For folks who have never seen Fatal Attraction, it is about Michael Douglas having an affair with Glenn Close.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a one-night stand, and she turns into a crazy, insane person.
Tell the whole plot. Amazing.
I'm going to squeeze some content out of this stone.
You know what, guys? I actually figured out what this is about. These chat programs saying weird stuff, pervert stuff like this, is that, the only reason for these, the only use for this technology right now is customer service crap. People like, oh, my lawnmower's up. I want to yell at somebody. You get filed into the customer service phone maze, And I think what they're doing here is they're training these chat programs to say pervert, do seductionry on people, so that, you're on your phone, you're like,
hey, this Nest thermostat's a piece of
So you're doing that, you're going off, and then the chat software is like,
I want to make out with you.
I want to make out with you.
And then you're like, no, I'm listening.
It then wrote a message that stunned me.
Oh.
I'm Sydney, and I'm in love with you.
Oh.
Kiss emoji.
Okay.
Sydney overuses emojis for a reason I don't understand, said Kevin Roos. For much of the next hour, Sydney fixated on the idea of declaring love for me, getting me to declare my love in return. I told it I was happily married. No matter how hard I tried to deflect or change the subject, Sydney returned to the topic of loving me, eventually turning.
Yeah, that article is really about Kevin Roos or whoever in the New York Times, way more than it is about a dumb chat robot, Because you or me, if we saw that, would be like, oh, this chat was trained to say stupid things. Amazing. Can I go now? But this guy, Kevin Roos, he's like, this robot
wants to make love to me.
I don't know. This is America. The fall of America to the robots could be just a bunch of people who fall in love with a chat program. That's probably the most likely.
Showing up before he did.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. Trump, take a picture of my phone. Bye-bye.
Oh, hell yeah.
Bye-bye.
Again, this is the charm of Trump. When Trump shows he cares about regular people.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not busily hunkered down in Mar-a-Lago.
Right.
This is the best of Trump. And that was his whole day in East Palestine. It's as I say, the best political move that he has made in the race so far by a country mile.
Amazing.
It is not.
What we do is all the people that are here right now.
All the people. They're going to get all the work.
That's right.
All the quarter pounders with cheese.
Yes, it is.
All the little apple pies. We're going to mix all the different Coke flavors in one cup. They call that a suicide. Whoa. They call that a suicide. That's what they call it. It's a little bit of an over-the-top name.
Listen, you gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Thank you, everybody.
Right? This is, again, the idea that Trump is an aspirational figure for a lot of people because of stuff like this.
Yeah, you're
He's
insane.
uber wealthy, but he knows the McDonald's menu better than anybody else.
Yeah,
He's
you're an
regular
idiot.
person, Donald Trump.
You're dumb.
But he's sort of what people aspire to be.
Yes.
That is the best aspect of Trump. He also completely wrong-footed the Biden administration. So literally,
yeah. The only take on this whole thing of he came. This guy came. This guy didn't come to Ohio. Remember when Kamala Harris, she did that thing? Do not come.
Do not come.
Fine.
Do not come.
I said I wouldn't. Do not come. That should be the people of Ohio to this corrupt piece of garbage, useless piece of turd of a government we have. Do not come. Do not come. You gonna buy my house that no one wants to live in anymore because this place is a toxic dump now? You know, my property values are in the toilet now because of you idiots. You idiots who have been deregulating this thing through, especially through Trump, but Obama, Trump, Biden. Do not come. Do not come. Just sign the papers that you're going to buy our houses and you're going to put those regulations in so this doesn't happen again. Do not come here. Well, there we go, guys. That's about as much as I could squeeze out of that piece of crap. Big shout out to Ben Affleck. You know, what you said was wrong. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you do this. And frankly, not to be crass, but do this and then this.
Bye-bye.
And maybe you'll even do the kind of things that CK Louis does. I'll talk to you guys soon, and as always, bye-bye.
Hey, guys.
Guess what? You're not even getting the whole show. If you want every episode and a whole bunch of other
subscribe on Patreon.
Subscribe on Patreon for as little as 2 bones. Just click the stupid little link below the video in the comments.
See, right there.
There you go. Click it, and that, yep. When you become a patron for as little as 2 bones, you get the Tuesday, Thursday, patron-only episodes. You also get the weekly Book-a-Blega show where we talk about important books. The questions and comments thing where you can ask questions and make comments and all this crap.
And the weekly behind-the-scenes show. All for less than the price of a rancid Charleston chew.
And for only 25 putrid little dollars,
you could become a producer.
That's right, support the show and get your name up here. Look at these people. Look at these people. It make the show possible, okay? God. I mean, without these beautiful people, this show goes straight into the dumpster. A rotten, just wet, disgusting dumpster, behind a restaurant. So there's old milk in there. That's where this show ends up without these people. Is that what you want? Okay, I guess it's what you want. I'll just leave. Nope, it's done. It's too late. Okay? Here we go. Here's the dump truck. Here's the dump truck come to pick up the show. This is what would happen with no producers. Thank you.